You didn't record that, did you?
No, I didn't record me yawning. No, boy, we had a good day today. We actually repaired the old door here that they wanted.
Yeah.
Everybody's been saying, "Oh, they're trash. They're trash."
No.
I was like, "No, they're not trash. We're gonna fix this door." So we
Yeah.
did. We fixed the door.
And
Old
in
doors.
true Coco style, she grabbed it by the wrench and took care of it.
Well, you know what? All the doors are original, and they wanted to replace these
No.
doors, and I just said, "No, we need to
No.
try to at least fix
Now
it."
we know how to patch it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bondo, baby.
Yeah, Bondo. I used to mess with that stuff when you know they first had well, everybody would get a little bumper sole in their car and they had to Bondo it,
Right.
Yeah, make
But
it look
we
right.
watched a guy Bondo a door today, and so we're like, "That's it,
Yeah,
Bondo."
that's it. Yeah, I got a
Very happy about it.
paint job on my '56 Bel Air from Earl Scheib in Memphis. $99, $99.99. Earl Scheib, We go down there and spray the car, I came home and it was test. I didn't know how to see if it was dry or not, so I just went on the back of the boot, the trunk, and I put my hand on it like that, and it was still wet. so I went around with I was probably graffiti, That's my
Handprint on the car.
early graffiti art, I imagine somebody still got that car. That's not what we were going to talk about.
No, but it's not even a lead-in. But anyway, today has just been a long day, but a good day. So
Yeah,
doing a
yeah.
little bit
Went
more
to-
on the house
went-
every day.
Yeah, went to town today. That's a lot of fun. It's such a beautiful drive,
Yeah, it really is.
Nothing but oil wells and windmills.
Well, you drive out of here and you hit it, and you're doing like 75 and 80.
Yeah, and I was in like, get up in the morning, had a cup of coffee, and I was got in the passenger seat, and like within 3 minutes we're on the scenery is zipping by, and it was like, like this. It was like, I told Coco, it was like one of these little rides that you get on, and you're just tearing through the countryside. Only this one, we really are tearing through the countryside.
It's
It was
good.
a lot of fun.
No traffic,
No,
Just us.
you see one car way up there, and another one way back there.
Well, we ran into somebody who was having problems, and they were doing 40.
Yeah, and they had a traffic jam of 3, Wait a second, then they got real small like that.
Oh man, I felt
they
bad.
did a Rachel Maxey.
Well, they had their
ran.
hazards on too, so I really felt bad. But
Yeah, it was a lot of fun today, But we have fun pretty much every day, We
yeah,
find
the days go very quickly when
Yeah,
when
they
you're
do.
starting to get older.
they go way too fast.
Come on, Henry,
Yeah.
she's jumping up on me. Go on, lay down. Go on.
I know somebody was asking me about Dave Mason. And
Yeah, they wanted to know how he got into D&B and how he got.
They got actually how. I'm glad that whoever it was asked this, because you know what, he's largely responsible for some. He's the link between Dave and Graham Parsons. The key link to Delaney and Bonnie, Eric Clapton. Dave Mason was the first person, English person, to come over, when all of that was going down. He came over and he was really good friends with Alan Pariser.
Right.
And so between Graham Parsons and Dave Mason, Alan was in there with Delaney and Bonnie, It was like, golly, man, what a support team they had,
Well, he was the money man.
Yeah, and he was a money man,
Gotta have a money man.
His parents owned the Dixie Lily Sweetheart paper cup company.
That's a mouthful.
They made well, they had a bank full and a mouthful too, because the great grandfather invented the sugar ice cream cone. And so, I mean, they had 4 railroad tracks running through the place. We went to see them, Delaney, Bonnie, and me. And come here, give me that. She's
trying
busy.
to get it out of her mouth.
Yeah. Anyway, she's a busy little thing.
Oh.
What'd you do?
She hit the stair coming up.
All right.
That brick stair. Oh, honey.
She'll settle down now.
Tell that brick off. Go tell those bricks off.
Anyway, he was a key to the whole thing with Alan Pariser, and he was a great player. Dave was a real independent guy. I always looked up to him and admired him for. It takes a lot of whatever it is to just pack up and leave not only your home and your friends and everyone, but leave your whole country. You know, I eventually did it within a couple of years, but he was a key figure, and he fit right in wherever. He's one of these players. He was just so fluid that, or is so fluid that he fits in anywhere. He fits in with himself. You know, and he was a great songwriter too. He wrote only "You Know and I Know," and Delaney and Bonnie did a version of that. We killed it. I'm just absolutely killed it. You know.
Well, when you put it all together, they actually did a lot of covers of other people's material.
That was their hits, yeah.
Yeah.
Except for "Never Ending Song of Love," and that was partly Carl Radle's song as well. Delaney
more than partly
had a way of, you know, assuming ownership of things that he didn't really own.
It's a nice way to put that.
Yeah. But
how long did Dave Mason last in D&B then?
About the same thing as everybody else, because you move through there. I was there. I was the original. It was started out with Delaney, Bonnie, and me, and we were doing acoustic, and me, because I was the third part harmony, you know. And also I was young, good-looking guy, and I made them look wholesome. Yeah, that's what they told me. They said it was to make Alan and said, yeah, we want you in all these pictures, photos, not only because of my singing, but it made them look more wholesome.
I have to say that's a little strange, but why would you have to look more wholesome?
Well, the family thing, the first album had the family photo on it, with the Bonnie and the girls and the baby on the knee.
You weren't on the front of that.
No, but they had to keep that whole image
Oh,
going.
I get you. Okay, afterwards.
After the whole thing. And I was the original, the first original. And then we formed the band. And when those guys came through our group with Dave Mason, Jim, I think we had Jim Keltner was our drummer at the time. Carl Radle, Dave, Jim Keltner.
Well, how many musicians sort of went through that before it became like that?
I never even thought of counting.
Oh, really?
No, hell no, because everybody came and left.
So there was never really a
trumpet player named Joel Porter, just appeared and vanished.
I've never even heard of that one.
No,
So there was a lot of people that went in and out of that.
Yeah, J.J. Cale.
Well, I knew about
He was there for an hour.
Several drummers.
Drummers.
So the original
Jimmy
Delaney and
Carson.
Bonnie really wasn't original stuff. I mean, there was more than. What would be the original D&B band then?
The original band was Delaney and Bonnie, Carl Radle, Jimmy Carstein, me, and Bobby Keys.
What? That's the original band.
That's the original band. Yeah.
And then there was a whole bunch of people coming and going.
Yeah, and then it was, not very many people lasted with Delaney, They quickly found their exit. They got their education and left. I had to stay. I had to see it through. I was there for another reason. But Dave Mason, he did his tenure. Everybody, they always treated everybody like Dave and them with such great respect. It wasn't anything personal about Delaney except his massive ego. And everybody would learn and get from that situation just what they needed. If it was only to elevate them to a plateau they needed to be at to hook them up with somebody else,
Right.
The band eventually became Mad Dogs and Englishmen, then Derek and the Dominoes.
Parts of the band, because you're talking about
there parts of the
so
band.
many different people involved in that whole situation.
Well, Bobby Keys and Jim Price were involved in All Things Must Pass as well.
Well, and Bobby Keys, ultimately the Stones, for...
Yeah, and then they wound up with the Stones,
Right.
And, so it all worked, and everybody wanted some of what we had,
Sure, because it was really good.
Yeah, and then Dave was a natural for when the All Things Must Pass and Domino thing. Well, we were thinking because Eric was, he was thinking he might need support of another guitar player or another vocal and stuff, and so we said, how about Dave? So he came and we played and rehearsed and did some stuff, and I can still hear us singing "Easy" now. We opened up the first thing we did at Dr. Spot benefit. That's when we got our name, Derek and the Dominoes. When we did at the Lyceum in London, and we did "Easy Now," and it was just acoustic. It was so beautiful and pure, absolutely a beautiful, beautiful trio. Three of us, and our voices blended the timbres of our voices just so perfect together.
Was that recorded?
No, recorded in my mind, forever.
That's a shame.
But I can see the photo. There's a photo of us singing, and I hear it every time I see that photo, It's pretty amazing. We did the one thing at the Speakeasy, and we did the Lyceum, and then Dave sat down with us at the Speakeasy, and he and his management.
Wasn't he considered part of the band at the time?
No, not. He didn't become a domino. It was domino for a day,
At the Lyceum.
Yeah, and that was his last gig.
So why did he just?
He was going on for his own solo act.
Right.
And I wasn't in the business end of it, but management and all decided that was what was going to be the best all the way around. So none of my business, because I just didn't know. I just showed up on the scene and became a part of it. I didn't have managers and all of that. So I wasn't involved in Eric's and Stigwood's business and, or Dave's management's business, because that was none of my business.
Right.
I was just there doing what I felt like I was supposed to be doing, which turned out to be considerable.
Sure.
Yeah. But had it not been for them, a whole lot of great music would have never happened, But it's that whole thing of, well, if so-and-so hadn't been there, this wouldn't have. And well, it's not, because however this thing, developed, it was, looking back in retrospect, it was like shuffling a deck of cards, it was time and everything fell in its place exactly where it's supposed to be at the moment it's supposed to be. I'm one of the few still around to tell the tale, about all of that, and I'm glad I am, and Dave's out there doing it right now still, and I think he and his wife have a talk show as well. But yeah, he's still doing it, you know, and he's made a difference, you know.
Right.